My name's Gillian Grant, and I am a 10-year survivor of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. I'm very proud and grateful to be able to say that. And I will never forget the moment I got the call from my doctor. Devastating. I was 38 years old. I had 3 children, ages 8, 7, and 3, and it rocked our world. It's a devastating diagnosis for every family. My small children, their innocence vanished. My husband entered a state of fear. Our whole world was rocked. We had no idea what the outcome would be. At that time, my doctor was unable to give me any sense of what the odds were. In fact, we didn't want to know the odds. As it turned out, my odds were grim. I had about a 30% chance of surviving. I'll never forget the moment when my young daughter looked at me and said, "How long before you die?" These are moments in families you don't forget. And any family, whether it's your own child going through cancer or you're the parent, it's earth-shattering. So you have to decide, how are you going to get through this? How are you going to survive? Not only for your own sake, but for your family's sake. So you begin with one day at a time. And the first thing you do is you tell everyone what's happened. And one of the phone calls I made was to my old friend, Jill. Same name, we're the 2 Jills. We were tennis partners in high school, always known as the 2 Jills. So I phoned Jill. I told her my news, and she said, "You won't even believe where I was yesterday." She said, "I signed up in the office for this random running thing called Team in Training." Jill wanted a free trip to San Diego. She had no idea what a blood cancer was. She didn't know anyone with a blood cancer. Within 24 hours of Jill signing up for Team in Training, I was diagnosed. It was absolutely remarkable. It was sort of our first taste of Team in Training magic at that moment. So we made an agreement. She would run and raise money for me, and I would begin my treatment and get well. And we were determined to get to San Diego together for me to watch her cross that finish line. So the power of Team in Training is hard to describe, but I can say as a patient, it matters. It matters to know that people are out there not only raising money for the cure, but supporting you emotionally. And I know that the runners often feel helpless. What can I do for the person I love that's struggling? To run for someone means the world to the patient. So I can assure you, if you sign up and run, you are making a difference. So the story continued. Jill ran. I went through chemo. And it was extremely difficult process. But she always called me after her runs, and I won't forget, it was the dead of winter. So it's difficult to get up and go running when it's minus 15 degrees outside, but she would call me and say, I'm doing this for you. Chances are that same week I was going into the hospital for grueling amounts of chemo. In fact, my chemo protocol was so aggressive that the chemo could have killed me. So there's a fabulous happy ending to my first Team in Training story. I got well. I went into remission in May of 2003. My friend Jill ran Team in Training San Diego in June 2003. My doctor gave me clearance to go to the event, and I was a celebrity. I was quite noticeable, the bald-headed patient in a sea of 30,000 runners. And it was memorable, remarkable, powerful, overwhelming. I believe that race raised millions, probably $10 million. And I was at the finish line. I remember that the night before the race, Jill brought out this sheet. I think it was the 7 stages of a marathon. And in fact, they mirrored almost to the letter the 7 stages of cancer. Everything from fear and dedication to burnout to courage. So it really is a partnership of the match between the team and training concept and the patient, what they endure, is quite remarkable. The San Diego event was phenomenal for me as a patient to witness so many people determined to make a difference. It was remarkable to watch my friend who had done this for me, and obviously it was remarkable to be in remission, complete remission from a disease that should have killed me. It's overwhelming to sit here 10 years later and to know I survived. I've watched others die from the same disease, but I've also watched how research has made such a huge impact. I have met people with the same diagnosis as I had who've received new drugs like Rituxan, and their protocol now means their survival chances are monumentally better than what I had. I mean, there is no doubt. It's proven. It's on the books. Research saves lives. Money going to the society provides research which save those lives. There's no doubt in my mind that each penny donated gives hope to anyone with a current diagnosis of a blood cancer.